Alright, welcome back, class. I hope you all enjoyed your break while it lasted. Although, since you're here and I'm here, you all know what's about to happen. And if I have to suffer, so do you. So, welcome! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dig Site. In one of my previous videos, I reacted to a certain woman from TikTok who believed that dinosaurs didn't exist. And I, for one, thought that was the end. I didn't have to worry about her anymore. However, apparently she made a second part to that video. Before we start, I would just like to say that I am so very grateful for all the support that has been given to me ever since I posted that first reacting video. It is beyond amazing to me how I went from 500 subscribers to 700 subscribers within like 3-4 days. So without wasting any more time, let's begin.
Dinosaurs aren't what we think they are. Back with another one.
Yep, we're back with another one.
For starters, any dinosaur bone you see in a museum isn't real. They are casts and molds taken from fossils.
Oh my! This is game changing. She actually opened Google. Is this what it feels like to be proud of someone? Oh my, this might be an actual positive video.
Or pieced together with other animal bones.
Nope. I was wrong. Nobody has the effort or time to do that. Where did you get that information from? I have seen no articles or any accusations from legit sources who claim that fossils have been made by animal bones. Although saying that before what she just claimed actually made sense. She said that all dinosaurs in museums aren't actually real and they're molds and casts from fossils. Now, partially of that is true because it's not every single fossil or every single bone within a museum, especially for Royal Tyrrell, it's pretty 50-50, but with the part regarding molds and casts is completely correct. Wait, 1 second. In the previous video, didn't she mention the fact that dinosaur bones couldn't exist because bones decay within 20 years? But now she's saying that fossils do exist and they actually make casts and mold from them? So, which is it? Is it dinosaur bones did exist, or dinosaur bones don't exist? When you walk into a museum, not every single dinosaur bone that's presented is the original fossil. And the reason why it's like that is because of numerous of reasons, some regarding either the original fossil was too fragile and delicate to be put onto display, or an original fossil is way too heavy to actually be put onto display through that metal pole that they sometimes use to support the skeletons of dinosaurs. For example, in the Royal Tyrrell Museum, one of the most famous attractions there is Black Beauty. And when you look at Black Beauty, usually there's two skulls, one on the actual dinosaur itself and one just below it. And the reason why there's two skulls is because the original head and skull of Black Beauty is so heavy that they couldn't prop it up without something breaking, which is why they decided to go for the replica option.
And why is this? There's a few different reasons.
Please tell me a
One of
wise
the
one.
reasons are people still believe they are radioactive.
Radioactive? What bones are you digging up? In Chernobyl?
Yeah, you can call the museums and they will actually tell you that they are molds made of plaster.
Was that an I gotcha moment? Because it was not an I gotcha moment. The people at the museum aren't trying to hide anything from you. They will willingly tell you because that's what they do. You can actually take a class like that takes an hour or two at the Royal Tyrrell Museum and you can physically make your own cast of a fossil. Yeah, they're not trying to hide it.
Another reason is because of the few dinosaur bones that were found are extremely fragile and aren't on display.
Again, yes. I said that a few minutes ago on the fact that sometimes they're too fragile to be put onto display, which is why they create casts of them. I mean, I'm glad that she learned something, but I feel like she's using that as if it's evidence on her part, which it completely is not.
Any paleontologist that's worth their degree will tell you this.
Why did she sound so disgusted when she said paleontologist? Paleontologists?
They will tell you that these are all estimations of what they think they look like.
Because they're not hiding anything from you! Of course that most of the dinosaurs, they try and guess what they look like. It's not rocket science. Again, they're not hiding anything from you. The latest depictions, for example, for Spinosaurus, a very controversial animal, has gone through many depictions over the years just because we have such lacking evidence of its fossils. Science is ever changing, and that's no different with paleontology. Every single animal at some point goes through some sort of change to its physical look. Why you're saying this as if it's evidence on your behalf? Because you quite literally are just speaking the truth here. Then again, she has her third eye open, so, you know, who knows? Maybe she is right, and maybe I'm the idiot.
And understand that to this day, no one's ever dug up a complete dinosaur skull.
Yes, we have found complete skulls of dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus rex, Black Beauty from the Royal Tyrrell Museum, for example, complete skull. Another example from that museum, Boreala pelta.
Dinosaurs were invented by a Royal Society in 1841. They were originally defined by Sir Richard Owen of the Royal Society.
No. You cannot just say invented and defined in the same sentence, because those are two completely different words. They invented dinosaurs. You know what you need to invent? A brain.
And who is Sir Richard Owen?
I don't know, did you already forget?
Superintendent of the British Museum of Natural History.
Oh, we got him. He was the superintendent of the British Museum of Natural History. Boom, case closed. Dinosaurs didn't exist.
1842, all dinosaur bones were replicas made of chicken bones from China.
What? China created dinosaurs from chicken bones. From chicken bones of all things. What are you talking about? Not everything is made from China.
Again, they said they couldn't use the real bones because they were still radioactive.
From what? What were they so radioactive from? I don't understand. It can't be the meteor because they've had 65 plus million years of isolation to get rid of all that radioactivity. What are you talking about? Radioactive from what?
The word dinosaur wasn't even made up until 1841.
Where do you think words come from? And also, where do you think names come from? That argument is so stupid. Every single name and word has been made up.
And wasn't even in the American dictionary until 1891.
Again, what are you trying to prove by saying that? It doesn't matter if it wasn't introduced into the American dictionary until 1891 or whatever. That doesn't prove anything. If you are watching this video on its release date, I'm actually not here. Where am I, you ask? Well, I'm currently filming the 4th season of Exploring the Badlands. This time we're going back to Alberta and exploring places that we've already been to, like Dinosaur Provincial Park, as well as going to places that we haven't been, such as Horse Thief Canyon. So if you want to watch me physically prove people such as herself that dinosaurs did once roam the earth millions of years ago, stay tuned. Because Season 4 of Exploring the Badlands is coming sooner than you think. Thank you for listening, and with that out of the way, let's continue.
Because they were known as dragons.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
Oh god, not again. Dragons? We're doing dragons again. In part, she's sort of correct. Dinosaurs used to be known as dragons. Where do you think dragons originated from? Because back then, when people were still believing in these mythologies and whatnot, and religion heavily, they probably stumbled across these fossils that were poking out of the ground, and they were like, wow, these must have belonged to some monster creature. And so their primitive brain connected that to dragons, these mystical beings. But just because people thought dinosaur bones belonged to dragons doesn't mean that we should still think dragons existed. Science has changed so much from then that we finally realized and classified these bones as dinosaurs, something that lived long before humans did. Dragons didn't exist.
And yeah, just like everything else, we killed them all.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if dragons existed and humans killed them all. Don't worry, Miss Eyebrows. We're not even stopping at animals. No, no, no. We're gonna try and kill our entire planet if we can.
So what I meant is dinosaurs aren't what we think they are. They were made that way for your entertainment purposes only.
No. No, they weren't, because they were very real creatures. I'm not even gonna go into that. That's just... It should be common sense. Dinosaurs existed. Like... Wow. My cat's smarter than her.
Yes, things were bigger back then. Because of environmental changes, everything got smaller.
So what? Then what does that support? Dragons? Or does that support... I don't... Oh god, I don't even know anymore. It just makes no sense.
Dinosaurs are BS.
Yeah, they definitely
And when
are.
you do a little digging yourself, you will see this. Go Google Bone Wars.
Bone Wars. Bone Wars. Oh, she told me to go Google. I will. I'm gonna take the opportunity and Google this. 1 second. The Bone Wars, also known as the Great Dinosaur Rush, was a fierce rivalry between paleontologist Edward Drinker Cope and Othniel Charles Marsh during the late 19th century. This competition led to the discovery of over 136 new dinosaur species and was marked by aggressive tactics, including bribery and theft. The feud significantly advanced the field of paleontology, transforming the understanding of prehistoric life. The Bone Wars are often remembered for their dramatic and sometimes scandalous nature, reflecting the intense passion for scientific discovery during that era. I googled it. I'm not going to take your word point blank and just believe anything. And if you're going to tell me to Google something, you better believe I'm going to Google it. And given the fact this is what it says, and there's numerous articles and evidence pointing towards that this event did happen, I'm going to say what you're peddling is a bunch of crap.
We'll see. Not a single dinosaur skeleton exists in the world.
They do! They literally do! Go to any museum and I'm positive that one non-casted skeleton will be on display.
You guys, you cannot prove the Earth was here and the conditions of it 66 million years ago.
66 million years ago. Oh my goodness.
Is it possible? Anything's possible. But there's no evidence of this.
Where's your evidence? Where is your evidence, miss? I'm sorry, but not once have you given me any evidence to support your claims.
You know, I'm going to be asked, well, why would paleontologists lie? You guys, they're not lying. They've been taught to think a certain way.
What? They're not lying. They've been taught to think a certain way. Brainwashed. In other words, that means they'd be lied to.
But why would they lie about dinosaurs? You guys, go Google how much a museum makes a year.
We're Googling something again. Okay, let me Google it. Okay, just for the sake of it, let's search up the Royal Tyrrell Museum. They don't really state their... Okay, well, it doesn't really give me a public statement from the museum. However, it does say stuff such as the museum shop had approximately 24,000 customers and sold just under $922,000 in product during the months it was open. Society received around $30,000 in donations. How does that prove that dinosaurs don't exist?
That's why. And so they can make up their own timeline. Because they want to control the narrative and the way we think.
I'm so glad that this is over. I'm so glad I'm done with this. I honestly hope I don't have to deal with this woman ever again trying to control the narrative. No paleontologist is trying to control the narrative. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. It's over. Well then, that was painful. Again, I would just like to remind you all that I'm so very grateful and thankful for all the amazing support that has been poured into my videos. Again, I just think it's absolutely amazing. We are so very close to 1,000 subscribers, a goal that I never thought I'd ever achieve. so please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.